Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Rob's Inner Circle here on the Bobby Short Shorts YouTube channel. Tonight we have a very special guest, an exciting guest, an entertaining guest. So you people want to stand by and you do not want to miss this show for your life. Stay right where you are. Before we go anywhere, I just want to give a big shout out to my good friend and producer, Miss Jenny Duhame, who makes this all happen. Jen, as always, thank you very much for all of your input. It makes all the difference in the world, and this is why this show is what it is. Thank you. And to all you fans out there, I invite you to come on to the Bobby Short Shorts YouTube channel, and you come and watch our productions. What you want to do is you want to come and comment, watch the productions for at least 2 minutes, but we want you to watch all the way, right? So you want to give us the blue thumbs, subscribe, and push on the notification bell. So each time we have a new production, you will be the first to know. Okay, guys? So we have a lot to talk about, and there's no time for niaiser. That means we got to get it on right now, right? Because we got a great guest who's got a lot to tell us. Okay, so we're ready to go. But before we do that, it's the weekly ritual, guys. Yes, sir. So you guys want to slip into your pajamas? You want to pour that nice glass of wine you got right over here, huh? That's right. You want to sit back and relax. Kick your feet on the edge of the table over here like that. That's right. Sit back and relax, guys. And take a nice sip of this delicious juice. Ah, that's good. Oh, you got to love that juice. Okay, guys. It's showtime. Let's get it on. Tonight's guest, she's a local voice casting director and inventor and author. And in November 2019, she was nominated for 3 Outstanding Casting Awards and was asked to attend a celebrity-attended gala at Warner Brothers Studios in Los Angeles. She is the founder of Total Casting in Montreal. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Hélène Rousse. Good evening, Hélène. Hey, thanks for being on Rob's Inner Circle, Hélène.
That's great, Rob. Cheers to you.
And cheers to you. Yeah, salute.
Love to be in the inner circle of all your friends and peers. Fabulous. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, thank you, Hélène. Hélène, we got a lot of things to talk about. I'm really excited about our show. So, Hélène, let's start off right away. Can you elaborate on the awards ceremony that you attended last year?
Yes, it was absolutely an amazing experience. It's called the Voice Arts Awards, and it's basically the Oscars of the voices, basically, and the people that are doing voices and producing voices. It's everything voices. So if you hear voices in your head, well, that's a normal thing. And when you go there, you can see the different stars that do the voices. Example, you see James Earl Jones, of course, who did the voice of the Lion King. You see Edward James Olmos from Battlestar Galactica, and all kinds of people that are doing even audiobooks, web series, everything voice, animated film series. It's really something to see. It's for people who don't know what it was. It's quite something to live and experience, especially at Warner Studio. I mean, you treat it with the red carpet and the whole shebang. And actually, for maybe people want to see what it looks like, I could maybe show you a little video via my kind of journey to this place.
Sure, Helen. Let's go ahead.
Are you willing to check it out?
Take it away, Helen. It's on the screen right now.
This is on my LinkedIn or my Facebooks and so on, but I just put it there. So here you go.
Hello, everybody. I'm here at the airport. I'm having my first glass of champagne, just a premonition. Who knows? So I'm getting ready to board the airplane.
Okay, I have no makeup there, but no worries. So there you go.
Wow, that's awesome. Good stuff, Hélène. I can imagine how freaky it must have been being among all those stars.
It was really cool, but you know what was really a really nice feeling for me? It was really to be between my peers with all the other casting directors from LA and others, to really be able to share our experiences and meet them in person, because you're part of CSA, which is the casting society of all the casting directors, and it's good to really exchange and be there in person, and you really form some bonds with some of them. And some of the time, I mean, we work together. Sometimes we'll have a casting director on a project from LA, then Vancouver. There's one in Toronto. I mean, I just finished a casting with, we were 3 different casting directors just for Canada. So, I mean, it's great to meet also the ones from the United States. Well, obviously, I was the only one from Canada, but it was quite exciting. And so, yeah, it was very cool.
Wow, that's awesome. And these nominations came right at the height of your career.
Yes, absolutely. This is one of the information I really felt at the height of my career when that came in, and we had some publicity and all that. I felt I feel accomplished, in many ways, and I still love what I do. Finding stars for a given project, or booking local talent. I mean, I can do multiple languages for a video game, for example. I mean, I would never change my career, but I'd rather welcome challenging casting demands for video games, TV commercials, and animated feature films. So yeah, this was kind of the before the preview, and it was fabulous.
So, Hélène, you're an absolutely busy woman. You're running a casting agency full time. You're a publisher. You're working on the masterclass book. You got a video for 2020, and you got a YouTube vlog. Hélène, do you have time to sleep?
Yeah, I'm really busy. Yeah, I mean, I love what I do still, and I love creating. I'm very passionate, and I'm always on the go. I work all day long in the casting. At night, I do all these other, a lot of creativity, And for me, I mean, the casting agency, it's always been my first love. I mean, I was an agent before that for a decade, obviously. But being a casting director really gives me the liberty to help a lot more actors to get a role. I have the freedom to do that a lot more than when I used to be an agent. So I think it puts me in a better position for that. So I really enjoy that. It's been 20 years now that I've been running Total Casting. So for people who wants to see, this is the website right here. So it shows you different things that we do. We have tweets going on at the same time about us. We talked about voice here, the different type of voice that we do, etc. We have all the different credits, films, TV commercials. So we try to keep it up to date. It's not always, we do it once a year.
Wow.
But we try to do as much as we can. Yes.
Okay. So we were saying that you're an author.
Yes.
Can you tell us which books that you've written?
Yes. I'm going to show you that. Give me just a moment. Actually, there's one here. When you click on store, this from Total Casting, I did Total Evolution to help the actors.
Okay.
And I wrote a couple books. One in French here, it's called Bouge tes fesses, but in English, it's right here. I don't know if you see my arrow.
Get your tush. Get off your tush.
Yes, get off your tush.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So, yeah, it's basically a book to really help you, push yourself a little bit further. And, if you get something out of the book, it's great. It's if you can get a trick out of it, well, great. And then at the end of the book, I have things that says give it forward. So if you got something, then you have to give the book forward to help somebody else. So that's kind of how I did it.
Very good. So so it says over here that you've also overseen the casting for multi-million-dollar feature films, television series, video games, and audiobooks for kids. Can you tell us which films, TV series, and audiobooks that you have out there?
Yes, all kinds of films. We've done so far. We've done, and I'll just name you just a couple. There was Death Race with Jason Statham that was actually shot here. Some people remember that. Laurence Anyways with Xavier Dolan, who's been in Cannes, and you probably heard about him. Animated features. We had Snow Time, which is the English version of La Guerre des Tucs. Which was a famous French version here in Montreal, Quebec. And then we did Nelly and Simon, Mission Yeti. And we did some stars and local talent there, like Rachel Lefebvre and other talent. A really fun animated series, which we really had a blast, was doing the casting to find the voices. It was 1,000 voices for bounty hunters.
Oh.
It was a really funny animated series, really for adults, with Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy. And that was a really, really, really fun time. But I mean, it took weeks and weeks to find actors that could actually do the accent right. And that's not always easy, especially from here. But anyway, we were able to find as many as we could. I think we saw the whole ACTRA book.
Oh, cool.
Weeks. I mean, it was unbelievable. And we've done so many different audiobooks, lots of audiobooks, tons of audiobooks, like Michael Jackson, the book, Brangelina, hundreds of books, like kids' audiobooks as well, in multiple languages. So, and of course, tons of video games. We've done over 100 video games, like Two Worlds 2, if some people know, Spore, Arc Genesis, Strife, Black Mirror, and also the latest that we did was Overwatch with over, 3 million players and watchers, millions and millions of people all over the world. So it's really, really exciting. Yes.
So in terms of Overwatch, you were telling me there were a lot of candidates that auditioned for that, and there's that one lucky guy, and he's a local hero, I believe.
That's right. We were casting a very specific accent. They called us from LA, and they said we need somebody with a Caribbean accent or Asian accent, but from English. And so we did a breakdown. We sent out a breakdown to all over Canada to receive self-tapes of voices, and we received about 140. We selected 40 of the best ones. We sent it to LA. We got about 5 callbacks. And from that, one guy was from New York, Toronto, and one was in LA, one Montreal. And the callback happened that it was a guy from Montreal who actually got the job, which I'll mention. His name is Benz Antoine, who's playing in 1912, and was doing very well. He didn't have any idea, was agent, that video games were so huge. I mean, we're talking about, I know it was a really big contract, in the thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm not going to say the exact number, but he was very surprised. His Instagram shot up all the way to the roof. Facebook.
Wow.
He said he had
Good for
cousins
him.
calling from all over the place that he didn't even know. He was invited everywhere on ComicCon and signing autographs. Actually, I have a little video of the voice. Would you like to hear it?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Check it out. And you can see he is actually playing a hero, and he's playing the role of Baptiste in there. So here we go.
Okay.
Just a little trailer, just to give you an idea of the
For
type
sure.
of. Let's hope it's going to roll here.
Choices? What do you know about choices? 30 million orphaned children. I was one of them. The Omnic War robbed us of our choices. To survive, you did what you had to do. Steal or starve, kill or be killed. You helped your friends and hurt anyone who got in your way. If you hungered to rise above your circumstances, then when someone offered you a hand up, even the devil, you took it. It wasn't complicated. At least that was the lie I told myself. The truth is, I had choices, and I made them. But when you think you're a big man, it's hard to admit that you are not a brave one. Even harder when you understand that making a living is not enough. You must make a difference.
Voila. I mean, it's just to give
Wow.
you a
I love his voice.
Isn't that
Very
great?
good. Very,
And
very good.
they really want the authentic person to do it. They're very good Blizzard Entertainment for that. So, and the same thing when it happens, with Indigenous voices, and they really try to go with the actual authentic person as well. So, and he's a great actor. So, and he's nice. So we're always happy to see him in the studio. He should be back this week again for more recordings in our studio.
Well, congratulations. Job well done.
Yes, it was really, really cool. So we're very proud, and we're very happy for him too. It's always a win when it's somebody from our turf who gets it, right?
Yes.
So,
Oh, yeah. Great.
I mean, sometimes, we try to cast as many Canadians as we can. Same thing when I book stars in movies and stuff like that. We just try to, we'll make a wish list and suggestions, but it's always nice to be able to do that. So,
and it's a little taken for granted because there is a huge pool of talent in Canada, but in Montreal itself over here, it's unbelievable how much talent there is.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And yeah, I'm always looking for new talent all the time. I go see shows. I try to see as much as I can. There's so many hours in the day, but yes, I try to go to all these different places, and I'm invited to different panels, and trying to be really involved in the different diversity as well. I make it my goal to try to book as much diversity as I can, not only in voice, but in feature films and commercials, you name it. Because sometimes the producers are not always thinking about it. So you have to be creative and say, listen, why can't we have an accent from Quebec? Why not? We're trying to push that. Actually, we did on Arc Genesis. There's this little robot, and she speaks French with a Quebec accent. We were able to sell it. So we were very happy about that, actually, because in English, they had the girl had an Australian accent. So I said, so we asked the producer, can we put a Quebec accent in there? And they said, good idea. And there was really good reviews online. So, whatever we can put our little ad in casting creativity there, we're going to try to push for that. And why not have various accents, right? Just
Very
like
good.
visibility, same thing.
Yes.
So for me, it's as important to do that.
Okay. And Hélène, if anyone wants to submit his EKL to you, how do they do that?
Well, if somebody has a voice demo, they can send an email to info@totalcasting.ca, send their voice demo, full demo, and also separate files, separate MP3 files, so that we can suggest the person for this or for this in particular. We're open to union and non-union. There's all types of different contracts. So everybody has to start somewhere. And so definitely.
Okay. So that's info. I'm going to write this down for our audience, Hélène. info@totalcasting.ca,
Yes.
you said, right?
Yeah, I can maybe show you the vlog where they can see the voiceover class if you'd like.
Definitely. Go ahead, Hélène.
Let me see.
So folks, this is where you can send your demos to Hélène of Total Casting, right at the address I put over here at the bottom, info@totalcasting.ca.
And here's the overview for the voice class that we do once a month.
Okay.
So, and that's my vlog, casting vlog. So it's just about a minute.
Okay.
I can make it. You want me to make it bigger?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I don't know. It must be my internet.
An overview of the voice class I'm offering here at the agency. If you did not know it already, once a month I give a class for a full day to become a voice actor. The course is designed to acquire all the basic theories, techniques, tips, and tricks that you create to practice the profession. In the morning, you learn about agents, unions, how to market your voice, and an overview of the different types of voices you can do. In the afternoon, the workshop of 5 to 6 talents only has the chance to put into practice what they have learned. So we enter in the recording studio. With the help of our technician, Jesse, all participants leave with their first voice demo recorded professionally. No one else in the world has the same voice as you. If you've ever been curious to see how far it could lead you, this class is for you. For those interested to try this class, all the details will be in the description at the bottom of the video. You'll see, it's so much fun. See you there.
There you go.
That's a beautiful presentation, Hélène. Very nice, very good.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Hélène, also I wanted to tell. Okay, so it's you're a panelist at ComicCon. Can you tell us all about ComicCon?
Yeah, I did ComicCon. I mean, for people who don't know what ComicCon is, it's a comics-oriented festival around action, horror, science fiction, fantasy stars, and it's all like a comic book convention, really. And I went there, I think maybe twice. I think one in Calgary also, but they're everywhere. It's very cool, and people actually dress up really wild and in their hero. And me, I love Halloween, so I didn't do it, but did I do it? No, it's a lot of fun. You know, I mean, there's so much work involved around the voice and animated shows and. So I do a lot of these different convention, animation festival. I go to France. I was in France last year for the big animated festival. We had a big movie there that was in the festival that we casted called Salma's Big Wish. We dubbed it in English, actually from Mexico, and we were looking for mainly adolescents who could sing. So it was a tough casting because some people can act, some people can sing, but not everybody can do both. So it was a little iffy, but, you know, sometimes it's like that. And, you know, we got to find the best people for a given project. And, you know, it's always the new one coming, the new project, the new there's always a couple ones that are coming up, and I'm really excited about it too.
Very good. And, you're a very generous person. And that leads me to the next question, because you're very involved with the local community here in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that you do for the community?
I'm a mentor for at least 200 young interns that come through the office, for the young ones, for the last couple of years, not all in the same time. So we have interns from different areas, people that are studying in the cinema and in film, in communications around it. So we have mentors for that, to help them see the business side of it. And as well, I go to diversity events, and I'm a panelist on different ones, and I go try to help them how to go forward. What are the tools of the trade? That's why I started to do the casting vlog, also to help people to have the tools to go forward, not only with their headshot and resume and all of that, but also with all their energies and their oomph to go forward. And that's also a little bit why I wrote, Get Off Your Tush. Really fun. So I make it my goal to influence producers to hire the diversity, the different voices. And so I really make it my job to do that, and to give as much information as I can on my Facebook. I have a group Facebook, I have a Facebook page, and I have another page also with my name only, but that page is full. But I post a lot of breakdowns there, so people can look at it and they can apply fast. Sometimes it's rushed, so we put it out there. So I would suggest for some of you to look and maybe register, go like the page, so that you can see the breakdowns that we post.
Excellent. So, Hélène, you're part of, oh my God, countless associations, one of them being this CSA, and you're also part of the Canadian Casting Board as well. So how many associations are you part of?
Yes, there it is. Yeah, the Casting Society of America. This one is, it's for the United States.
Okay.
Right. And I'm also part of the CDC, which is Canadian Directors, Casting Directors. So it's for Canada. Mm-hmm. And here is the ADCQ, l'Association des Directeurs de Casting du Québec. And this one is for Quebec. So there's 3 different associations for casting directors.
Oh, wow.
And no, it's great because, you can really... you get to bid on certain projects as well, and people can find you easily. And that's also because, I was also, part of the Voice Arts Awards. It's very, very cool.
Wow. Okay. So then,
a convention that maybe people might be interested in. It's called That's Voice Over. And it's a big convention only for voice actors. And maybe if people want to look into that, you can actually register and go to that convention, which is just before the Voice Awards, actually. And meet people from all over the world. It's fascinating.
So that does sound very exciting. Yes, that is one thing to do. Yes, indeed.
Very cool. I think I posted it on my Instagram also.
Okay. So if people want to follow you on Instagram and all your pages and all that, I guess maybe at the end of the show, Hélène, if you can drop me all these links, and I'm going to be putting these on the broadcast. Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants to contact you for various reasons, they can always have a way to do it, right?
Yeah, I even post sometimes on Instagram. It's very different, but sometimes I do post some castings. Okay. But it's just called Total Casting, so you can find me quite easily.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, indeed, you're right, because I had no problem at all finding you when I was doing some research on you. And you have a very good, informative website. It's well done, very user-friendly. So you folks who want to go on to Hélène's Total Casting website, it's going to be very easy to just navigate through everything over there.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely.
So, Hélène, tell us what you're the founder of Total Casting, and there's many services offered there. What are the services actually that are offered that you want to talk about at Total Casting?
Well, we offer all kinds of services for casting. It would be for finding stars for a given project or local talent. Sometimes we only find stars, so you don't really hear about it. And there's movies necessarily from different places, not necessarily always in Quebec. So we do feature films, we do TV series, TV commercials, and we do video clips, video games, a lot of voices, tons of voices, and in multiple languages. So we're always looking for people that speak those different languages. I mean, we book languages that I didn't even know, like Nahuatl or Bambara. And I'm learning about these languages that we have to book in video games, like Two Worlds 2, for example.
Okay.
We booked, we do applications like Duolingo, for example. Like we did all the Spanish on that if you want to learn language. So some people know those applications. So a lot of like even corporate videos need to be translated. Right now we're doing, I don't know, 6 to 10 languages for one corporate video that they want to sell it all over the world. So we cast Turkey, we booked Russian, Vietnamese, Indonesian. If you do speak a language out there and you're really good at reading, you have to read it though, because people say, oh, I speak Urdu. Yeah, but you can't even read it. So I can't give you a script, right? So you have to be able to read well and pronounce well. If you're good Italian, you speak good Italian for a certain area. So it's very peculiar. They want a specific accent for a certain region. So that will be very good add-on to a voice demo. For us, it's priority. We need that. And I love Duolingo too, by the way, Jenny. It's great. And also if you have also a singing demo, maybe a couple MP3s, you can do a little mix of the different styles that you do, that maybe we can hear a potpourri of the style that you do, or different types of singing. It could be a Disney type of song, rock and roll. For us, we use a lot, since we do a lot of kiddie animation, we really need that fun, light Disney type singing. So that would be useful for us to have separate than your voice demo. And you can email that to us at the same time as you send your voice demo, your contact information, and if you are part of a union or not.
Okay. These people who can email this to you, it's again at info@Total Casting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm putting that up again there for our audience. Hélène, I'd like to know, do you prefer going through an agent or non-agents or both?
Oh, I do both. I have, of course, when I send a breakdown, I usually send it mainly to the agents for film, TV, etc. For voice, I have a list of the people that have access to a studio who can give me very fast self-tapes. And so we send it directly to some of those actors, especially the actors who took the class, because it's we know them and it's fast and it's wonderful that way. But we also advertise, like I say, on Facebook. But there is groups of an agency where they regroup some actors together also. That's quite interesting, right?
Sure.
But no, for both, it's good. We definitely go into our database. We have a large database in our system. So people register to be in the database. It's once in a lifetime. So it's quite easy. You can check on Total Casting to see how to register to be in the database. So we did send a lot of emails last week for this huge TV commercial that was paying like $5,000 per person. And we needed all types of diversity. So we sent emails to all my Hispanics, all my African. It was a lot of So it was a big casting. So the people in the database was faster. We just go click, 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 and we send the emails to everybody.
Wow.
And now my assistant is calling back everybody that their email bounced back because they didn't give us their new emails.
So it's important to stay up to date.
Mm-hmm.
And again, where would these people send you all these updates?
The same email. I have my assistant Jeanne who takes care of all the database and to put everything in the database.
In the database. Excellent. So Hélène, what is your role exactly in the film and television business there? What's your role exactly?
Well, as a casting director, is really to find the best person for a given project, is to find the pearl, the person who's really going to bring the product to life, or where the acting ability comes really handy. And we can tell also if somebody is ready for their audition. We can tell if they're really prepared. They know their lines. They have the right clothing for the role. They come in and they master the room, I shall say. If you're able to prepare yourself to have that aura, to have that energy, I mean, it's very important. It's the same thing when we do a major voice casting for a big television. For example, let's say Canal Day. They needed one voice to be hired all year long for all of their commercials and taglines and so on, so on. So, it's like close to $400 an hour. So it's worth it. So basically, when I have the meeting with the producer, they say, listen, we do want a voice, we want this. I mean, this huge meeting with all these people. And they say exactly what type of voice they want. And one of the criteria is we want that person to be able to walk in the door, In other words, they can't have their head too big because they don't want to work with a person that is arrogant or not nice to work with. They're going to work with that person a long time. So personality is a key thing. It counts for a lot of points, basically. So you can be good at what you do, voice and everything, or even acting, but you have to show your friendly side as well. Do we really want to work with you, even though you have a great voice? If you're going to give me this attitude, no. I mean, always be nice to the people on your way up because you're going to meet them eventually. So you have to go in with that great energy, positive, and, that last guy that came to my studio was talking way too much. It was like, oh my God. It was like, just stop. It was just too much. But, he was the right voice for the gig. So sometimes we will accept some.
For having gone through many auditions myself, and, a lot of times you walk in there, well, you did your job. You're not too sure what's going to happen. But there are times when you're walking into that audition room, you pull off your audition, whatever you have to do. You may not get the role, but one thing's for sure, you can feel that there was an instant connection with the people there in that room. You probably didn't score the role there, but they noticed you, and who knows what else you can be proposed for.
Oh, absolutely. You never know what they're thinking. Maybe they're thinking for another role, even for another project they're working on. I mean, you never know. And I mean, we see the people as well. The only thing that nowadays, because of the COVID situation, we're working with self-tapes mainly at the moment. There is very little auditions. So you really have to get your self-tape groove in place and really know how to self-tape well. I mean, we have people that come for self-tapes here. This is one of the services that we offer. It's like $50, and we have the lighting, the camera, the reader. You have the whole thing, and it's sent to your agent or the other casting director. And it's just it's really a good thing. I'm seeing Jenny's comments there. Yes, Jenny, be kind and generous. Yes.
Well, Jenny is she's a wonderful person. She's a great friend, and she's also my agent. She's a producer of the show over here, and Jenny has been giving me like absolutely phenomenal advice over the years, and she's encouraged me to take all these workshops, sign up, stay up to date. It's very important.
It's a muscle. If you don't practice your muscle, acting, or your voice, of course you're going to rust. You know, you got to keep going at it because you never know when that next audition is going to be. You got to read out loud to practice your voice, and you got to practice your acting, and do whatever, be involved at every type of community and theater and whatever you can do, even short films, even student films, you know, whatever you can do to really work at it and work on your craft. It is key. And of course, I mean, for me, it's a one-day workshop, but, you know, it's just to see where you can work at it. Maybe you need some diction lesson. Maybe you'll need this to add. You need to practice your voice out loud, or maybe you need to fix it too, because you can hear the air.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I go into also for each person, but it's a very small group. We're talking about 4 or 5 people. So, and the last class, we were all wearing masks, except in front of the microphone.
Wow. Oh, it's awesome. So tell me, Helen, from the very beginning, you've been extremely busy. In your early teens, okay, you started off modeling while you studied acting. And soon afterwards, you appeared in many feature films, TV series, and commercials in Montreal and Toronto. So you want to talk to us about that a little bit?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I started quite young for sure. So I've been in this business forever, really. I think I wanted to do this since I was 5 years old, but you know, it's a step by step. So yes, you start, and you know, it's like a normal step to become eventually the amalgamation of all my experience to become a good casting director. I think accounts for a lot. So yes, I did 3 years radio. I've done so much stuff since I was very young. I enjoyed it. I did, yes, all kinds of things. I used to have an agent in Toronto also. I used to go back and forth. I mean, and we didn't have computers in those days, you know, and it was something else, you know. Same thing with the voices. It was on tape for people who knew what tapes were, you know. It was more expensive nowadays in those days. But no, I'm here today. I enjoy what I do, and I'm glad I went through this whole thing. I mean, before that, like 20 years ago, when I was an agent, I enjoyed it, but I thought it was a little tougher to, I guess, to get certain commissions at one point. And the girl who was working for me at the time, she lived with all my actors and opened a talent agency. And so it was a big stab in the back. So I took a year off and I opened a casting agency. And there you go. When I say don't spit on top, it's going to come back on you, you know? So, and it's so much better for me. I mean, I love doing casting, and I don't think I'll do anything else, really. I mean, I do a lot of other things. So I am co-writing right now also with somebody else for a TV series that we want to present to Netflix. I'm working with producers. I have of course, I keep writing other books. I have another book coming up for actors, and it's called So You Want to Be an Actor and Actually Work. So hopefully I'll have it out before the end of the year. So you'll have to check out on my Total Evolution on my Total Casting page. So we'll put it up there. And I also have my own book. It's called casting courtière de rêve. It's going to be in French to start with, and then we'll have it in English, but I'll keep you posted. And so I'm keeping really busy at that. And on my other spare time, well, I do Inventions.
Well, now that's something I wanted to talk about. Talking about Inventions, you're going to be on a popular TV show pretty soon that's produced by the CBC.
Yeah.
Called
Dragon's Den.
All right. I can't wait to see that.
So I'm going September 1st for the pitch, and then we'll see when it's going to air. I'll let you know.
Oh, for sure. I want to know.
Well, basically, we just started our Kickstarter campaign today.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So I'll share the screen with you. I'll show you.
Sure, for sure.
Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. And it's called The Amazing Pet Hold.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And you'll be able to see it. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
My name is Helen,
And I have this, and it's actually a prototype. It's to put dogs and cats.
That's awesome. That's well thought. Nice.
And there's also a feature where you can use it for your computer. But I was able to do the casting of my people, and I did the casting of all my little dogs. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but
wow.
So yeah, it's called Pet Hold. Anyway, you guys can go see it on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, okay. Wow. You know what? That is an amazing invention. And I anticipate it's going to do very well.
Yeah, I'm very excited. There's a rabbit.
Rabbit?
So yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's very cool.
So you're going on September 1st to do the pitch?
So yeah, so they're very excited, and so it's called The Amazing Pet Hold. It's a hands-free pet grooming kit. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm busy doing that. So we just launched the Kickstarter. So we have to do 2 weeks of pre-sales to show that we have sales. And of course I have other deals and everything, but so I posted on my Facebook pages.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the Dragons Den. That's going to be something, and I can't wait to see the Dragons' reaction to this.
Right, yeah.
Hey, I haven't watched the Dragons Den in a while. Who are the panelists on the Dragons Den these days? Do you know?
I think it'll be the same ones. I think Jim, Michelle, and
Is Arlene still there? Arlene Dickinson?
sometimes she switches. So
Okay.
so it depends. I just spoke to the producer today, so I'm going to recheck with them on Wednesday because they didn't want to say the whole shebang yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, Vince is going to be there. Our Vince from Quebec,
Okay.
from Guzzo.
Oh, yeah, Vince Guzzo, yeah.
That's right. So he'll be there for sure. And Michelle is from Toronto, and she seems to be very, very, very good. So, I think it's good to have a first contact, and who knows what's next coming in production, right? It's always contacts. So
It's all about the context, exactly.
so I'm doing and excited, and I'm definitely getting off my tush, and I'm doing as much as I can.
What's the name of that book again?
I'm getting off my tush.
Exactly. You're preaching, you're doing what you're preaching. That's the way to do it.
Do it, it's like, do something about it. Do something about your career. Take those steps. Take that agenda. Make your to-do list and check it, and go for it. Step by step, little steps, big steps. Do it.
Len, some people, they have an idea. They wanted to put a show out there, and they talk about it. Like you just said, you know what? Stop talking about it. Get off your tush and just do it.
Yeah.
Get it done.
I actually took the COVID times to do all of these things. And the most, I just tried to maximize my time. There was no casting for months except for voice. So I was able to, finish up some writing projects and inventions and my casting blog a little bit. So, it's a lot of time consuming. I wish I could do a lot more videos, but I'm really counting the minutes. So it's something.
Yeah, at one point you got to decide: do I do this? Do I do that? Because you just can't keep up. I mean, it's too much after a while.
It's a lot.
And you're a lot like me. You need 48 hours in a day, right?
Yes, and there's so many social media platforms you got to take care of, and sometimes you don't have time to answer to all the people on Facebook and this one and this one. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a big load.
We get to it. We always get to it eventually,
Hélène, I wanted to tell you to quote one of your quotes, and I really like this. It's important to understand all facets of the business to be a good casting director.
Mm-hmm.
So can you elaborate on that? Because you've done a bit of everything, right?
Everything, yeah, pretty much.
So you produce your own short films at one point?
Yeah, I produced some. Yeah, I studied at a university in cinema. I produced some short films. I was also a producer on some other films to help the producers with the castings mainly, but at other levels as well. So, eventually you get involved, and yes, and there'll be more in the future. There's some other things. I have a couple more things in my pockets, of course.
God. There is no end to your resources, is there?
Yeah, let's be resourceful. Absolutely. Yeah, as always, I'm very excited about the future. What I have is 2020 vision this year. And
oh, that's well said. That's a nice pun.
That's my motto, 2020 vision for 2020, for 20 years of casting. Right
wow,
now.
Okay, awesome.
Hey, I was supposed to do my 20th anniversary with a big party, invite everybody, but, COVID arrived. So
well, you could have 10 people at a time, right?
10 every day.
Well, that's exactly. You have 10 people every day. You'll have the thousands of people you wanted to invite it,
So we'll do it in 2021, unless we see what's going to happen before December to see if we can do something.
Hey, I hope there is going to be an end to this pandemic we have, because, I say that in a way, I'm kind of contradicting myself, because 2020, this pandemic has, just like for you, it's been beneficial for myself.
Yep.
Like I was able to put together this podcast and also put together our film project I have going with Patty Saragosa, my co-star. And we also got a local excellent voice artist. His name is Art Leduc. This is one gentleman.
I know him.
You know Art Leduc?
Yeah.
He's a sensation. He's such a blessing. It's a blessing to have him on our show.
Yeah.
He's making our show so much better. We have a surprise. I can't make the announcement yet. We're going to be adding another cast member to our Daily Struggles show soon enough. And our next episode coming up in September, we have a surprise cast member making her appearance as well. It's a she, but I won't say any more than that.
Very cool. Very exciting.
So we have quality people on our show, and we're very blessed with that.
That's wonderful.
And right now I have a quality guest right in front of me. This is sensational. What a beautiful evening we're having with our guest, Hélène Rousse.
Yes, it's nice that you can help and feed some of our peers out there and the talent out there. It's always very rich in information and inspiration too. That's also very important.
Yes, Hélène, I wanted to tell you just how prepared are you in rounding up talent such as actors and extras on a turn of a dime, because you're very well prepared from my understanding.
Oh, I have, how do you say, des tentacules?
Tentacles, like an octopus. Tentacles.
Well, yes, I'm very resourceful, especially with the social media. I post everywhere from Twitter, everywhere, like in my Instagram, all the Facebook, LinkedIn. And now even for my invention, I have a TikTok account, which is fun. I'm addicted. That's so much fun. And so many actors have huge following on TikTok. Like the followers, we have some comics here from Quebec, and it's just fantastic. And I see those actors and they're doing really well. really fun stuff. It's really amazing. And they can get, 300,000 views to 3 million views. It's just fabulous. And you never know who's watching that, who can book you. Nowadays, it can come from any direction. And so I can advertise. I mean, it goes really, really fast with Facebook, of course. It's extraordinary. And we have many other platforms, of course, like Casting Workbook for people who don't know that actors should be on the Casting Workbook. And today we use Breakdown Express because we're casting in Toronto right now for young adolescents who speak French for a big web series. So we cast in different cities as well. So we use all these different platforms and a couple of others as well that we use to really spread the word really quickly, because sometimes it's hard to find very specific people. I'm also, like, for example, I'm looking for albinos talent. It's not easy to find. If you know anyone, send them my way. All ages, by the way, and animals as well.
You're looking for talented animals?
No, I'm looking for albinos animals.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So you give classes on Saturdays. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? You have some special classes?
Well, the classes that I showed you in the video is only once a month. I do 1 month in English, and the month after I do one in French, and it's only for 5 people, and that's $350 tax included, and you get out with a voice demo with some music and everything, and we prepare you for different types of voice that you can do. There's so many type of voices. It could be audiobooks, pharmaceutical voices, video game characters, accents, narrations. I mean, you name it. There's so much a person can do, and trailers even. So we try to find for each person what type of voice is the best suited for their style of voices. And we find all the scripts and everything for that. And we talk about the marketing, how to market your voice, and how can you work from home anywhere in the world, and what are the tools of the trade for that. So it's really a 101 class. It's a crash course. It's not on a long, because I don't have much time, and it's a lot of fun. And in the afternoon, we go in the studio and we record everything we practiced in the morning, basically, with the technician. And then you can almost get out with a demo after we edit everything. And so you can give it to your agent and start marketing yourself and get contracts immediately. That's the goal, really, is to make extra money and give a tool to your agent.
So what's your advice in terms of how does an actor market himself? In which way could it? Obviously, you need some demo work, like a voice tape, maybe some clips, film clips. Besides that, how can an actor market himself?
Well, of course, other than their resume, of course, the famous pictures, because we need more than one. And classes, make sure you have your skill right. Of course, your video demo. It's very, very useful right now, especially nowadays with the self-tape era. And the same thing with your voice. You need your voice demo. The other way to do it, like I said, is really to raise your social media platforms, because even the last time we did a voice casting in Toronto for a video game called Shuyan, the Kung Fu Princess. Okay. And so we needed to send a wish list to the producer with the pictures, the voice demos of the actors, and how many followers they had for each platform. That plays a big role nowadays because the marketing scheme of that. And not only that, the girl actually had to do martial arts on top of it. That's quite challenging for me, because when they do the big events like ComicCon again and all of the other conventions, they bring that actor who does the voice because it's so huge now, right? We all remember Bugs Bunny had a voice. So actors become famous because of the voice. Sometimes it's a door to enter, which you never thought it would bring you so much. So that happens where this girl was able to, be able to do all the promotional time, and it was in her contract. She had to do the voice work. She had to go to all the contracts. I mean, it becomes bigger and bigger. And then they have a contract for the photo shoot, and then this comes in. And I mean, there's more and more that's an add-on to it because the followers on all those platforms. So yeah, it takes a lot of time. I mean, if you could do, I don't know, go put one picture per 2 days, one picture a week, maybe on your Instagram or Facebook or even TikTok or, all of these things, just to start having that following. I know it's a lot, but it's your career. It's your business. You're in business for yourself. So strategize your life plan, make bullet points. And that's why I say also in my get off your
tush.
I don't want to say the other word. But, that's some of the advice that I want to say is maximize your time, like I do too, and achieve your goals step by step. Go for it.
And you were talking about Bugs Bunny. I find that interesting because the voice of Bugs Bunny, the legendary Mel Blanc, he did Bugs Bunny, he did Pepe Le Pew, Leghorn, Foghorn. He did just about all the characters. And for those of you who don't know, he also did the voice of Barney Rubble on the Flintstones.
Wow, there you go.
So I believe that this gentleman, I saw something about him on YouTube. I think he could do like 1,000 voices. I mean, this guy's amazing.
And who did Mickey Mouse?
Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Mickey.
Who did Mickey Mouse?
But maybe Jenny will find it.
Yeah, Jenny's quick on. She's quick for finding this. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just to say that, when I speak to the producers and they always use the same voices over and over, and I'm like, please, can we do a normal casting and find the right voice for your character? Not to always have the same voice for this one and this one, because it's not going to become unique. You know what I mean? And I try to convey that sometimes, and they just go with the same. So I said, why don't you take a real casting director for voice, and you can get real voices that people are going to remember.
One voice artist I absolutely loved, and I can still remember this production while my kids were growing up. We used to watch a lot of the Walt Disney movies, and Aladdin, Aladdin's Lamp, the cartoon. Robin Williams, what an excellent job he did with the genie.
He's
amazing.
Yes, right.
He's a whiz. Yeah, he's a whiz.
With she found it. Brett Eisman.
Where do you go, Jenny? We knew we can count on you.
You're a good mouse. Eh? The mouse was really running for a second there. Eh?
Hey, for a moment, I actually thought it was a real mouse, Maybe you got some talented mice out there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hey, Helen, before we went on live over here, we touched something interesting, and this is what a lot of people can relate to, and this is what both you and I have been doing. We found this out recently while we were doing our interview. Talk to us about the law of attraction, the way you used it.
Well, it's not that it's just natural. It's, I don't know. It's like a belief, that things is going to happen. It's like I'm on a plane going to Toronto and I'm thinking, oh, maybe somebody's going to offer me a lift because I'm really late.
Wow.
And I'm putting my lipstick in the mirror, and then I see somebody looking at me in the back, and then our eyes met, and then we come out of the plane, and then he said, I don't know, something like, can I help you? He said, can I give you a lift? That's all.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So little things like that is always really eerie. And I'm like, ask and you shall receive. But, it's just a mindset, really. It's a mindset. You try to do as much, but you really have to, not only that, but you have to put the work to it as well. You have to do your step by step. You got to put the work, but yeah, I believe that. I believe if you have the right energy and you surround yourself with really good people around you also, and keep that positive energy. Everything is energy around. Everybody's connected, in my opinion. And I think, you have to try the best you can.
Well, I believe,
really,
I believe it, everything you're saying, because I'm a firm, I put it into practice myself, the law of attraction. And since I was a child, like I was telling you before we went on the air, it's funny. It's like you just put something in your mind and you want to do it so much. You can't be asking about, I'm going to give you an example. You want to be in a movie. Just attract the thought you're going to be in a movie. Don't be thinking about the mechanics, how it's going to happen. It's all going to fall into place by itself. All you got to do is think about what you want, work at it, and don't worry about how you're going to get there.
Actually, it's called visualization.
Exactly.
And I visualize to the detail in general what's going to happen the next day. Usually it's the next day.
Wow.
I take it day by day. I've always been, and that's why I'm an entrepreneur, and I have so much things to do that my agenda is full of, I do all the dribble. I'm a doodler.
Okay.
Hélène the doodler.
Okay.
And I visualize everything to the detail if I can. And sometimes I have to get up and write it down. But you can visualize also for the next week, for the next month, and the next year, and the next 5 years. And if you visualize enough and you attract what you visualize, and eventually it does happen, and it really helps. It's the same thing when you act, or when my student, I say, and for the voices, I said, you got to visualize who you're talking to, because your tone is going to change. If you're going to read that script to adults, and I tell you, now you're going to read it to 5-year-olds, your tone is going to change. If you visualize who you're going to talk to, how, where, the 5 W's we say, right? In acting. When, who, where, what, when, kind of thing. So yeah, practice that. The same thing in your visualization. I mean, now that I think about it, that's pretty much my process.
What you just said is absolutely inspirational, because that's a detail that I did overlook. And now that, like I have my own little show going on with my friends over here, I'm going to take a different approach, because we have to look at the audience we are targeting. And like you said, if you're targeting children, you take a different approach to the way you're going to portray your character.
Mm-hmm.
These are all little details sometimes we might omit. And now that you brought it up, yes, indeed, it is something that's very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I didn't expect the question. So now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, that's kind of my process. But like I said in some of my casting vlogs, I use a paper agenda.
Okay.
There's not enough space in a phone for me to write things down.
So are you like me? You get up in the middle of the night and you're out of breath, you have a piece of paper and you have to write down what came in your mind?
Always. I always have a
piece of paper by there.
Always.
Oh, wow.
Many ideas. And I have another invention I want to do, but I'm not sure if I'll have time. But
hey, you know what? This feels good, because you just proved to me that I am not alone.
That's right.
There are other people out there like me. Wow.
So many ideas. I mean, there's so much to do in life. And I guess I'm trying to do everything, right? I'm like running, like it's like, okay, I'm gonna die like in I don't know, 2000 whatever, and the clock is ticking. I'm always like clocking ticking.
Wow. Well, the clock is ticking, but the thing is, like you said there, there's no time to waste. You want to do something, stop thinking about it, and to quote your
Yeah.
book, get off your tush. Do it.
Yeah, totally do it. Absolutely.
So, we're about to close off over here, Hélène, but I have one last thing to ask you. Okay, this is all nice. There we have visualization, and want to bring these thoughts into our minds and all that. And I'm sure all the millions of people out there listening right now, a lot of them are saying this is all fine and dandy, but how does a person who does not know how to attract, how does this person go do this? What does that person have to do to attract these thoughts in his mind?
The number one key is smile. If you smile anywhere, if you go dancing, people will be attracted to people that are smiling, that are fun. If tu as l'air bête, if you're really like, people are not attracted to people who don't smile. So for me, it's coming out just like that. For me, it's a smile. It's the energy of being positive. It's to pump yourself to be positive. If you have an audition, you need to prepare. It's to really work on that. And I know sometimes it's not easy, but you have to be able to switch your mind to good thoughts. Whatever thoughts those are will help you come back to, oh yes, I was happy that time, so I should remind that. I should put myself back in there. Where am I happy? Am I happy? Where is it, that position that makes me happy? And try to relive it and try to feel that moment, to reenact that and really be in that moment and go forward with that energy, and to say, oh, this is your little secret garden where you feel good that way, and to remember yourself that this is your feel good moment, and you should go with all your energy and your smile and have that aura is gonna be even more bigger when you get in the room, to maybe get a smile back at you and not look arrogant, because when we're nervous we don't smile. And we hear it in voice. If you don't smile, I'm going to hear it. If you don't smile in audition room, when you say hi, when you come in or something, we're going to just the one hi is going to tell me, do I want to work with that person or not? Or if you just walk in and you're like, and you didn't sleep, and put that energy back together for that 3 minutes. You'll be in that audition room or in that voice room, Just show that you care, because those people are giving you the time of day to give you an audition. So be respectful, stay real, and be generous of your person.
And I agree fully with what you're saying, because a lot of times, this happens to me a lot. That person is not necessarily smiling, but what that person, as we say in French, dégage. What that person is giving off, just the aura of the person. You just feel, for some reason, you don't know why, but you feel good about being around that person.
Absolutely. Same thing. There's Jenny here. Scientists have studied the muscles needed for both facial expressions, and to do a small smile generally uses 10 muscles. So it's great. You can even lose weight smiling.
Oh my God. I'm going to start smiling right now. Put some crazy glue over here.
Who knows, right? A good laugh is always good.
So what do you have recommendations, now that we're in the law of attraction? Are there any specific videos that you recommend to all our audience tonight that, if someone doesn't really know how to start off, what can start them off? Is there anything, a YouTube video that you recommend that they go see?
I don't have one in my head, really, at the moment. I didn't expect that question. So I would probably do some searches on YouTube. There's so many great videos. There's videos on meditation, relaxation also that can help you. center yourself first and foremost. And I do a lot of search on YouTube, and there's so much stuff out there. There's some great videos on that. You probably know actually one of those videos. Why don't you say it, Robert?
Well, actually, there's the one called The Secret.
Well, yes, of course.
The Secret, that is the number one video that you want to watch.
There's another one also, right?
I think it's called actually The Law of Attraction.
Yes.
And what happens on YouTube, this is like it's a good vicious circle. It's because you start,
Yeah.
then you're gonna go from one video.
Tons of copycat, but you take some and you leave some for whatever you need at that moment. I mean, it's not for everybody, but if you want to look into it, it might be worth it. It might inspire you and might give you a little spark, or that little je ne sais quoi.
There you go. So you know what? Now we understand why you are such a successful entrepreneur, because you have this, first of all, the outlook in life itself is all positive, and you're the type of person, anything that's negative, you're going to turn it into positive. It happened for a certain reason.
Yes. Lots of backing, lots of stabbing in the back when I was an agent, but you learn from that. And I wouldn't be where I am today as a casting director if that girl didn't do that to me. So in a way, she lost and I won, so I think it comes back to you. I think she's still an agent, but she's never received a breakdown for 20 years.
Wow. So what you're saying is very inspirational because in this type of business over here, it's unfortunate that there's a lot of this stuff going on.
It's unfortunate because it's a small community, and if you do something, people are gonna know. You have to be nice, like I said, to the people on your way up, because you don't know when you're gonna meet or you need those people afterwards. So if you're gonna leave an agent for another agent, also you have to do it properly. The same thing, you have a reputation that will follow you always. So make sure your path is clean and that the back is also very clean.
Exactly. So you're talking about leaving an agent in a proper way. What is a proper way to do it? Like with class, professionalism, and not to have that etiquette on you that, because someone leaves an agent in a bad way, it's not long. It's going to go around in a circle, So what is the proper way to leave one agent to go to another?
Well, there's a timing for that also. You have to time it. It could be just before the holidays, so you can start fresh in January. It could be a month where there's not a lot of casting going on, but you have to get your new agent ready. You don't want to be stuck in between and not having any agent receiving breakdowns so they can suggest you. So you have to get the person that you want to, and maybe sign with them, finish your contract with your other ones that you want to leave in a good way, and thank them profusely for what they've done so far for you, because you don't see all the work that they do behind all of those screens and mouses and so on. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot more than you think. You have to be grateful, very grateful, always, and not only to your agent, to casting directors also. I love Porto, by the way.
I registered that.
I think that it's important to be generous and to thank them and send them a card, something, to your agent. Do something. Show something. They can't always them giving you. You gotta give back. Be generous. Be real. And it will come back to you. That's the way it works. So there is a boomerang.
So in this business, especially in this business over here, when one door closes, another one is going to open, and it is so true in this business here. And you know that better than anybody else, right?
Oh, yes. For sure.
Now, Helen, in closing, what is the advice that you would like to give to all of those aspiring actors out there? What's the advice? Go ahead, take it. Give us your look at it.
I think I've just given you a lot of them throughout. And again, maximize your time, strategize, plan, be real, be yourself, show up on time, be respectful, and stay generous, and be great at what you do.
Hélène, thank you very much for your time, for being on our show. Thank you for all the insight and information. It was a beautiful evening that we spent with you. And our viewers are certainly appreciated your presence on our show. And we'd like to have you back sometime.
That'd be fabulous. Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jenny, for your kind words.
Hélène, we got to sign off. So as we sign off, chin chin.
I want to say success to everybody, and I hope to see you soon.
Yes. Salud.
Salud.
Hélène, please stand by behind the scenes. I'm going to close off the show, and I'm going to be right back to you, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Stand by. There you have it, everybody. That was Hélène Rousse from the Total Casting Agency, a local casting director here from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. What a beautiful evening we spent with Hélène. We do hope to see her again sometime soon on our show. So, guys, as I sign off, once again, a special thank you to my friend and producer, Jenny Duhaime, for putting this all together. And thank you to each and every one of you who tuned in. And we hope to see you next week here on Rob's Inner Circle. Good evening, everyone.